Hi, I'm Kim Keller from Farm at Hand, sitting today with Marji Guyler-Alaniz, Sarah Schultz, and Ginelle Pidwerbesky, and we're talking about why, in the words of Craig Mann, agriculture is a dream worth casting. When I heard that quote, I got goosebumps actually, and it made me so excited about agriculture again, even though I'm already in it. It just kind of reinvigorated me about it, and I just want to talk further about it and about the opportunities that really do actually exist. So I'm going to put some questions out there, and I just want you guys to comment and answer freely. So first off, what do you think is the future of agriculture and the opportunities that are coming for farmers, both in general and for women?
This is Marji. I'll start that off. I think that the future of agriculture is bright. I think there are so many opportunities that exist. There's a lot of difficulties that exist too. At least here in the U.S., and I'm sure you guys are experiencing the same thing in Canada. Farms continue to, the smaller ones continue to kind of go away, and the land consolidates a little bit more. And technologies increase and yields increase, and that's all exciting stuff for agriculture and for the discussion of feeding the world population. And when it comes to women in general, many of the women that I meet and have photographed and talked to and converse with, especially if the farm that they operate is a smaller scale farm, many of the times they absolutely love what they do, but they aren't able to make enough of a living at it to completely let go an off-the-farm job. And I think that's kind of prevalent throughout agriculture. So I think that talking about that issue and connecting with other people and hearing how they succeed in agriculture is important to show that there are ways to be successful in it and finding your way of doing that. And maybe it is that there's a continued off-the-farm job, and maybe that brings a more well-rounded aspect to the farm as well. But, you know, talking about some of those issues that are out there as far as being able to be profitable and carry it like a business, I think is an important thing, and highlighting some of the ways that people do that is important.
Sarah, what are your thoughts on this? Being that you're involved a lot on the food blogging side of things.
Can you just touch on the main question again there, Kim, please?
Yeah. So what do you think the future of agriculture and the opportunities coming for farmers in general and for women holds?
Okay, thank you. So the future of agriculture, I agree with what was said already. It is bright. There's a lot of opportunities out there. I see a lot of women enrolling in agriculture programs, and I think that is absolutely wonderful. We have a lot of women agronomists in our area, and I've become really good friends with them. And for me, moving into a rural community, it's nice to meet some women in agriculture and who are women and have children. It's nice to make friends that way. I also see the future of agriculture. It's kind of scary on my end because I've seen it said time and time again that the biggest threat to agriculture is the anti-science movement. And I think that we cannot continue to sweep it under the rug. I think that that's been done the past 10 years or so, give or take. And I think the ag industry is doing a good job finally of hitting these issues head on. We're definitely playing catch up. And I think we have to continue to address these issues and these myths and to continue to reach out to consumers and do the open, honest, transparent way of letting them into our farms, either online or by farm tours, and just connecting with them and answering questions, because if we don't, then we dig that hole even deeper, and it's getting harder and harder to get out of.
Right. Anything that you'd like to add to that, Ginelle?
Yeah, I think it's covered. I'll make a few comments, but if it's repetition, sorry. Just that if you look at any history of any civilization, agriculture has always been around, and that's not changing. Like I said, as the world's population continues to grow, the industry is going to grow with it. I just look at some of the changes I've seen in my short agriculture career, crop types. There's any tour you go to now, there's discussion of soybeans, faba beans, hemp, the new technologies that are coming into play in the industry. Everything from variable rate applications to drones is the one that everyone's talking about these days. Having a tiny plane go over your field and tell you what's going on is pretty amazing stuff. And for women especially, I think being a farmer and having a farm business within a family, there's really not many other industries where kids can be involved, and some of our greatest memories are having supper out in the field and things like that. Just they're irreplaceable. And so if any women are in the position of trying to decide what industry to go into or start a family, as much hard work and time that goes into a successful farm, it really is a great place to raise a family and still be an active part of a company. And not only that, there's ways to diversify. If you are interested in doing something like that, there's many women or female farmers out where we live that do things on the side, like sell crop insurance, or a seed rep such as myself, selling grain bags, selling load cells for grain carts. Like there's tons of things you can do, just kind of side work, consulting company that or consulting type work that can allow you to really do it all. So lots of opportunity.
Right. So I agree with all of you that especially the use of technology really levels that playing field. Not only, for all farmers, of course, but specifically women. I think the use of technology throughout the entire industry really allows women to become more involved, because it takes away that physical labor aspect where, we may have had physical limitations before, but now, we can be right up there with everyone else. I guess to speak to that, we've been talking a lot about women, going back and taking over the farm, or, just getting involved in the industry any way they can. And I know when I made the decision to go back to the farm, is actually you, Ginelle, that ended up being a huge inspiration, because I didn't think that I, as a daughter, could go back and actually be a farmer, because I had never really seen someone else my age do that until I met you, and I saw you farming along with your dad, and not just helping out, but you were you were a farm operator right beside him, and that really was like, oh well, if she can do it, I can do it too. And I think that's one of the major things, is that we are role models for other women, older or younger, within the industry. So I guess I want to know, what would you guys say to another woman who was thinking about, or, wanting to go back and take over the farm, or go into an ag college, or somehow else get involved in the industry? What would you tell them? What would be your words of encouragement or inspiration for them? Maybe we'll start with you, Sarah.
Oh, I was hoping I'd go last. My encouragement for anybody like me who has married into a farming family, Trent Lewis actually gave me a really, really great quote, and he said that farm wives who have married into a farming family have the potential to be agriculture's greatest allies and advocates, because you don't grow up in this industry. You see day after day that your farmer is they're working for passion over profit, and he said you get this venom that's put into you, and you just can't wait to share everything that you're learning and seeing, and how hard your farmer is working. And like I said, it's a passion that I never knew that I had. And if you take the time to get right in there and get a little dirty and learn as much as you can, just share that passion that you have. You don't have to be out there myth busting if that's not your thing. Be passionate and share your story, share photos, share videos, just get out and talk to people in the community or talk to people at the shopping mall, go out for coffee, you don't have to do it by blogging or anything like that. You can get involved in the industry in so many ways, and that would be my encouragement to women coming into a farming family.
Right. And then, Marji, a lot of your work is doing exactly that. It's promoting women, it's helping women be role models, and, kind of giving people that encouragement. So, what's the one thing that you always tell women, when you're talking to them and they're toying with the idea about getting into agriculture?
I say go do it. If you're thinking about getting into it, you must have a connection to it, and you must have some sort of a love for it, whether that's from growing up in it or caring about food or caring about your community or whatever that reason is. But go do it. And there are resources out there if you start digging and start asking. And I would say don't jump in and don't look back. And Kim, I think it's interesting that you said that you didn't think that you could go back and work on the farm until you saw that Ginelle was doing it. And that right there, I've heard that so many times, and that is exactly why I do what I do, because seeing is believing, and seeing someone else in a role that you aspire to or that you want to do but you're not sure that you can, I think is empowerment right there. And so go do it.
Exactly. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. What about you, Ginelle? Now that I've put you on the spot and told you that you were my inspiration.
Well, I'm glad I could help. But yeah, know your support system, and if you're interested in getting involved in the industry, there's so many groups and meetings that you can attend. Check out our Women in Ag group. There's a Advancing Women conference coming up in Calgary that works on, it's not just ag based, but works on giving women the confidence to go after their dreams and get involved in an industry where maybe they're the minority and they're a little bit scared to get in there and get going. So know your support system, and really get on Twitter and get a Twitter account, because follow these ag-related people. They keep you up to date on everything that's going on, some of the issues that people are talking about, different events that you can go to, and you can ask the questions that maybe you don't know who to ask. You can throw it out there, searching plant 14 or plant 15, I guess, in May and harvest 15 in September. There'll be all kinds of updates and indications of what's going on, and just start to broaden your knowledge when it comes to the industry. And I'm sure that after some time, you'll see that there are lots of opportunities out there.
That's fantastic. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you ladies, and I think, it's been said over and over again, it's not to be afraid to take the leap and get involved and really realize the role that you do play in the agriculture industry, and just making sure that we're being there to support, other women and other farmers that are in this industry. And I commend all three of you for the work you're doing. It's absolutely amazing. And like I said, it's been an absolute pleasure talking with you guys today. And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Yes, thank
you.